love and respect. So in the Word of God, it states that women are to respect their husbands, and men, likewise, are to love their wives, as Christ loved the church. Now, I know that's not always an easy thing. Personally, when I feel disrespected by my wife or even my kids, it wants to flip a switch inside me, and I have to make very active efforts to not become angry and lash out in that particular case. And I know it can be quite difficult too to respect somebody who is not giving you the love that you need. The thing is, if we can both do our part, both the wives and the husbands, your marriage is going to be awesome and rock solid. But what if someone isn't living up to their end? God does not give it a qualifier or a condition. He says, regardless, love your wives as Christ loved the church, and respect your husbands. Now, that being said, on the men, how did Christ love the church? He laid down his life for the church. And so likewise, if it were to come to it, we would need to lay down our lives for our wives and our families. We are called to that. We are, yes, the head of the household. We should be respected for that. But also, we need to love as Christ did. Another way that Christ also showed his love for his church, I think a really interesting example, is when after walking all day, his disciples were reclining at the table. He went and wrapped a towel around his waist and kneeled down and began to wash his disciples' feet. These were feet that had been walking around all day in sandals. They were not pleasant or clean feet at all. And yet he humbled himself without a word, knelt down, and washed his disciples' feet. So let's say that you have a husband who's not showing you the love that you frankly deserve. And maybe you're not feeling like respecting him. But let's just say you take a bowl, fill it with water, bring a towel, quietly and humbly kneel down and wash his feet. What kind of effect will that have on him? And likewise, guys, if you have a wife who's not respecting you, and you're really trying to show her love, but it's getting frustrating, what if instead of lashing out, you went and grabbed a bowl full of water, grabbed a towel, quietly and humbly pulled off her shoes, pulled off her socks, and started washing her feet? This will have an impact. Even if they don't show it, it will have an impact. Again, this is just kind of a hypothetical, but why not try it? Now, that being said, if you're gonna do it begrudgingly and she can see it on your face or he can see it on your face, and you're not doing it with a humble attitude and you're just gonna fight while you're doing it, that doesn't do any good. If we're gonna try to implement Christ's example, we should try to implement it to a T as much as we can and just see what happens. Maybe nothing, or maybe something a little bit more profound. You never know.